We haven't seen her today. It's an action that happened or started in the past and it is continuing until the here and now, in the present. We can say, for example, it's an action that happened several times in the past and now. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. كيف حالكم الإخوان؟ إن شاء الله تعالى تكونوا بخير وعلى خير. Today we are going to talk about the most important and the most complicated tense in English. كثير من الناس ما بيعرفوا يتعاملوا مع present perfect and instead of the present perfect. So let's focus and let's learn. Three places where you have to pay attention that you need to use the present perfect. Number one is it's an action that happened or started in the past and it is continuing until the here and now, in the present. For example, if I ask you about Mary, you will tell me Mary has worked for the bank for 5 years now. So she has been working for this bank from 5 years up to today. And today she is still working in the same bank, right? We haven't seen her today. We have had the same car for 10 years, which means that 10 years back we have Toyota, for example. And today we are having the same car like 10 years ago. So it's the same story. You catch it, right? So having the same car for 10 years and now I can speak about that action or that thing that happens in the past and still happening up to the present. In this case, I would say we have had the same car for 10 years, for example. Good. الاستعمال الثاني, the second usage of the present perfect. We can say, for example, it's an action that happens several times in the past and now, and it's not specific. We don't know when exactly. So in this case, we can say we have seen that film several times, or I have been to England around 7 times. We don't know when, but you have done one action many times in the past and might be now as well. An action that has been finished in the very recent past, in the very close recent past. Okay, I can say, for example, I have just eaten my meal. I have just finished work. We use it with just, you know. So we can say, I have just met Muhammad, or I have just finished that book. Now we'll be speaking about the form of the present perfect. Of course, احنا لما نتكلم على زمن, when we are talking about a tense, we are speaking about the form as well, right? So the form of the present perfect is the following. Number one is the subject, right? Subject is, can you remind me? Subject is I, you, he, she, it, we, they, right? So that's the subject. Subject plus the what? Have or has. Okay? Have for the I have, you have, they have, we have, and she, what she has, right? So the third person singular, we use has with it, right? So we can say I, he, she, it has. So we can say, for example, subject plus have or has plus the past participle of the main verb. For example, I can say I have been to Switzerland 6 times. Okay, so I have been to Switzerland for 6 times. So here I can say the I is the subject and have is have of the of the rule, okay, of the form of the present perfect, plus been is the verb to be, right? The past participle of the verb to be is been. So the affirmative form is what? Is or is or are, and the past is was or were, and the past participle is been. So we are interested in the third column, which is the past participle. So here we can say that I have been to Switzerland for 7 times. Catch up? Good. There is another part about another thing about the present perfect. The present perfect, we can if we are talking about the present perfect, we say the affirmative form, and this speak about the negative form. The negative form of the present perfect could be like this. So I, for example, I have eaten my meal, right? So let's say I have not eaten my meal. So in this case it will be I haven't, contraction, right? So let's make our, we don't want to say I have not finished my meal. I would say, or I have not eaten my meal. It will be I haven't eaten my meal. Not I haven't eaten my meal. It's wrong. It's incorrect. So the word should be I haven't eaten my meal. The second form is the interrogative form or the question form. The question form is as follows. The negative or interrogative form is what is the general rule here of the question form is the same, like simple past, like the same as this present simple, present continuous. Now as well in the present perfect is the same. We take one subject, auxiliary, inversion. So subject, auxiliary, inversion. So in this case we will say have I eaten my meal, and the question form at the end, right? So I have eaten my meal, or have I eaten my meal, and then you put a question form at the end. So this is very important as a rule to keep in your mind. In the beginning of the video we talked about the when do we use it, and now we are talking about how do we use it. By the way, if you understand this, please comment below that done and give me one sentence with the present perfect, and I will consider you one of the best speakers of the English language, because believe me, especially this tense, I have met many of the native speakers, but they still make mistakes while trying to use the present perfect. So please make sure that you understand it well. If you don't understand it, please drop me a line, and of course I will be taking all your comments into consideration, and we will make a makeup video for you guys. Thank you so much and have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you can receive the new courses. Thank you so much.